Hello everyone, my name is Captain Shivam and today we'll be discussing about the on-demand lectures provided by RSA. To discuss that, we have Captain Siddharth over here and he will be telling us about the entire course and how it can benefit the student to clearing the DGCA examination. So, Captain Siddharth, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, Captain Siddharth, what is RSA on-demand lectures?
The RSA On-Demand Lectures are benefiting in such a way that they are the pre-recorded lectures. So that pre-recorded lectures, whatever those have been planned by me, where I have taken lectures in terms of in detail explanations about the topics and the further that the students can get benefited whenever or wherever they can study at their own pace in terms of the lectures have been uploaded onto an application.
So, what is the content of the lectures about?
The content of the lectures have been like DGCA syllabus. So it has been planned as per the DGCA guidelines and the syllabus of DGCA as per the website. So whatever the lectures are there, they have been planned in such a way that a subject and there are subtopics into it. Every topic has 30 to 40 minutes to spend time on it and they can study by their own.
Okay, as you discussed about the guidelines, what are the instructions and guidelines do the student have to follow?
So the instructions and guidelines, whenever a topic or the session has been started, whenever students select any topic, like for an example, atmosphere in a meteorology is the first chapter to be studied for. So whenever they start the session, the first is the objective of the session.
Okay.
The objectives are the keywords of the session that whenever students are going to study, they will be having in detail before the start of the session only what will be the objective. And as me presenting the lecture, I'll be also giving them by the end of the session what knowledge you will be able to gain. That will be the first a minute of a session where the explanation will be. Further than that, throughout the session, the instructions will be in such a way that being as an instructor, I have been guiding them to write down the notes. So I'll be instructing to write down some notes out of it and prepare a note by their own, and that explanation can be also understood.
Oh, wonderful. So, how is your application interface? Is it very easy to use or is it a little complicated for a user?
We have made this application so user friendly while managing it in such a way that whenever a student has been enrolled and subscribed with the on-demand lectures, so RSA Mumbai head office will be providing the user ID and a password. Along with that, student will be given detailed guidelines in a PDF file where the instructions will be mentioned. Thereafter that the application, whenever it has been logged in, there will be a menu. In that menu, study materials are as an option. Study materials, so whoever student has subscribed for any of the subjects of the DGCA, they can select the subject. Into that subject, further menu is the topics. Those topics have been in a sequential manner. That is how the students are supposed to be studying. They are all interconnected with each other. So whenever a student is selecting any topic, they just need to open it and just need to play the session.
Okay, wonderful. So if you're talking about the application, is there any difficulty a person can face during this session? And if so, how can you help them overcome those difficulties?
So in that way, to understand that whenever a student has subscribed with us, we are not been connected face to face. So in that manner, we have created a group. So whenever a student has been subscribing for a session, so we create a group. In that group, there will be 4 main persons who would be available. That is, the first is the instructor of that specific subject. The head of the office admin person will be there. A tech person will be included into the admin group who is monitoring the technical issues for the application whenever has been faced, and substitute instructor on the behalf of the primary instructor if not available, then that instructor is also there. So to make it user friendly also, it is like just a student has to reach out to us sending a message. Whoever is available in terms of the supporting assistance provided, it will be provided on spot.
Okay, and what are your privacy policies for these lectures?
Privacy policies in terms of the students' information, whenever they are gonna log in with us, we will require details of their phone number and a mail ID to share their passwords and create a ID and a profile for them that will be not been circulated, or it is privately controlled from the head office only.
Mhm.
Thereafter that, the lectures whatever have been recorded, those cannot be taken as a screenshot, or a screen recording cannot be possible through the application. That is the safety feature of the application that we have developed.
So the application is protected.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the course duration?
So the course duration, the module has been created in such a way that students can study by their own.
Okay.
So it is in terms of that whenever a student is been assigned for the first task will be provided. So the task will be such that instructor can guide him to study 3 to 4 topics.
Okay.
When that topic has been completed, a student can reach out to an instructor and tell him that this has been completed. Now the next step for the module will be, after the task has been completed, we will be scheduling a test session, where the test sessions will be available onto the application only. We'll assign a test to him, and this is how the flow will be continued. Now the duration depends on to the student side. Over here, they are not bounded with the online on-demand lectures, or means like they are not bounded with the offline lectures, where they have to be available for the session. If they skip it, then they miss the session. Over here, the advantages is that they can study by their own. That is what the benefit of this on-demand sessions are.
But there might be some validity. It might be valid for 2 months, 3 months. Is there anything like that?
So the validity for the course to be completed, to bound the student to study, we give initially 3 months access for the students, where they are bounded to complete the task into that period of time. And thereafter that, further extensions of the lectures will be there. Further than that, a student is limited. Whenever a session has been provided, he is limited to only use that lecture and specific topic for 5 views. Further than
5 views?
5 views.
Okay.
That means that I played for once, I completed the session,
Okay.
he can revise it back again, he or she can revise it back again up till 5 limits.
Okay.
Thereafter that, if further extension of that topic is also required, we will be able to provide that. But initially it will be limited to 5 times
5
view.
views. Okay. And if someone wants to extend this course, so they can?
They can just reach out to us, the Mumbai head office, or any of the assigned instructor, and they can proceed, and just it will take a few minutes to just extend the session.
And what are the difference between this on-demand lectures and your offline lectures?
So I guess means in the terms of what is the benefiting of the on-demand rather than a student not taking an offline lecture.
Classes.
So there is no such understanding in terms of that. They are both the same ways.
Okay.
Because whatever the lectures have been recorded, lectures are recorded in such a way, and the guidelines are provided in such a way that they will not require any assistance from someone else, because the online on-demand lectures have been designed by me only, and I have only taught.
Okay.
So the same person teaching offline or teaching on a recorded lecture, where the guidelines have been provided in such a way that they will not require an assistance from someone else. Yeah, maybe if they require an assistance, they can reach out to the instructors.
Okay. And when the exam has been scheduled, how do you prep your students who are taking the on-demand lectures?
So when the session has been completed, there is a separate session and a topic in terms of how to prepare for an examination.
Okay.
So if they go through that session, they will be having guidelines in terms of how to prep for it. So being as a student, you being as my student, when you are going to go an examination, I can tell. So let's do one thing. What are the objectives of the topic? Go through it once, select the syllabus, figure it out what you will require to study, make the schedule out of it.
Okay.
Next step will be that let's start practicing the questions. So that questions will be available onto the application. They can select into the test center. They can select that preparing for the examination, final preparation for that topic and the subject will be there. And they will be able to evaluate themselves by their own only, where evaluation will not required from someone else also.
Okay. So thank you, Captain Siddharth, for this informative conversation. I hope this conversation can help the aspiring students who are viewing this right now for this on-demand lectures. Is there anything you want to add about this on-demand lectures?
Yeah, definitely I will require to add. I'm hoping that it's gonna benefit it, and the guidelines are in such a way in its small details that being as an experienced instructor, so what I have as expected doubts whenever students ask me, that is also included into that session. So if I am explaining any topic into it, so if I feel that numbers of this doubt comes when I am explaining that topic, so the point comes, so that is also included into the session.
So this on-demand lecture, the whole thing is very well organized in such a way that it is very user-friendly and a new student can use it very well. in their own respective time?
New students in terms of like any student who have just passed 12th standard,
Yes.
and they need to understand what these DGCA subjects are, and to make it more easier, they can just subscribe with us, take the session, study by their own and complete the task, and that will make them 100% sure to make sure that they are clearing the papers by their own. They will not require to reach out to any person for their whole study purpose. Thereafter that, the other benefit of this also is that any student who have already studied for their subjects,
Okay.
but if they need to prepare further, they have already understood the part. If they need further more updates in terms of understanding the topic or something, this is the best thing that they can do for this.
Okay.
They can subscribe with us and they can proceed. I guess 100% assurance will be that they will be understanding the knowledge of the subject. That is the most priority of mine to make this on-demand lectures. And the knowledge, if the student is having, I am not worried about making sure that they are not clearing their papers.
Okay, and how many students so far has benefited from this on-demand lectures as of now?
As of now, numbers of students have been subscribed with us.
Yes.
But what reviews I have seen in terms of that, whenever they have studied, I have never faced any difficulty in communicating with them. That is the first thing. The second is that they have cleared their papers into the first attempt.
Oh, that is the whole motive behind it.
The motive was that what I have been done, it is a good feedback in terms of the students clearing papers.
Yeah. So if you want more information about this, please feel free to contact us. And
thank you, Captain Shivan, for allowing us to tell me about on-demand lectures.
Thank you, Captain Siddharth, for being here.